What's up guys, it's ElasticSpyder, and in today's video we are featuring a gross Kurfürst game. So this is my most recent addition in my tier 10 port, so I am going to bring you, I believe this was my third or fourth game in this ship. Of course I go with the secondary build that is the most popular build, and currently at this time I was saving up for my Missouri, so I didn't have the free XP to get the 420s, I believe, or the 16.5 inch. I have the 16-inch guns. First salvo, I land a double citadel on the Edinbro. Not a bad salvo if I do say so myself. He's smoking up. I adjust for him slowing down at the last second. Let's see if I can't get him killed. And I get another citadel with 1 overpen for the first blood. Great start to this game. 30k already in the books. 1 cruiser down. Typically, I don't go to sea all that often on this map, but a good majority of my team actually headed there as well. So I figured, hey, why not? Let's go there. So I'm going to be pushing up with my Yamato, as well as there's an Otago in front of him and a Flesher just to his right. So I think that maybe that was Yamato. One of those battleships shot at me. Takes out my front turret. Bit unfortunate there, but what can I say? So I'm gonna go undetected. Go and move into the smoke, maybe get some cheeky cap points, and of course I get spotted. Of course it's going to be that Friedrich in smoke. There's no other option for him at this point. Kurfürst in the area as well. You have to pay attention to him. Make sure I'm not giving too much broadside, because I have seen 30k salvos from Kurfürst. From myself in a Kurfürst, delivering it to another Kurfürst. However, there I was not as fortunate. I bounced one of those shells, and 3 of them actually just completely shattered. Possibly, if I was running the 16.5 inch shells, inch guns, then possible that those would have been actual penetrations, and I would have actually done a little bit more damage. He's sitting pretty much broadside, and so am I. Trained my secondaries on the Friedrich, and that Kurfürst I nailed for about 11, almost 12k. So again, a little bit, it wasn't a bad salvo, but I would have liked to see upwards of 20k, just so I can kill him a little bit quicker, and that way he's not shooting at the rest of my team. So he's still moving quite slow. I aim closer to a superstructure. Hopefully these should be a lot more pens. 13,000. Again, I would like a little bit higher than that, but I did not penetrate one of these shells, so I'm gonna have to live with it. A lot of battleships actually looking at me, so I'm gonna start to turn around. Our Yamato's almost dead. He's at 40k, but seeing how much broadside he's giving to all these other ships, I'm gonna have to bail. It's really one of the only options I have left if I want to survive. Again, my first turret has taken a beating this game, and it actually goes out as well. And I popped my first heal of the game. Interesting point, I do not have a 19-point captain at the time of this recording, but my basic build is, of course, AFT, manual fire control for secondary armament. Then I run, I believe, it's not fire prevention, it's the one that reduces fire by 15%. I think it's not survivability expert, but it reduces the chance, or reduces the time that you're on fire and that you're flooding. So that's quite nice. And then, of course, I have expert marksman, turn those guns a little bit faster. Don't get that kill on that Kurfürst. And then finally, I run, I believe, priority. No, I run the dual catapult fighter, just because the ship does get to use that. So that's what I run. And then my last 2 points will be going into Adrenaline Rush. So of course there is a possibility that I could use all my heals, but my view is I'm going to be taking a lot of damage, and probably when I do take that damage, it's going to be rather quick. So sometimes the heal is not as useful. However, I have had a few times where the heal more than certainly could have been useful. So maybe I'll change that in the future. But as of right now, in this recording, I don't have that. So, a bit of a kill secure, I mean, on that Yamato, but I guess it was needed. So, commence the kind of boring part of this game, and the kind of boring part about playing the Kurfürst too, is this position that you are in right now. It is actually a very strong position. Enemies have a real hard time penning you because of your angle that you can sit at. I believe there has to be a lot better in terms of firing angles going backwards than it is going forward. However, I could be wrong on that. I certainly felt like it was a little bit better. I don't know if it actually is or it isn't, but it just felt that way. You can see a lot of those shells are bouncing from these battleships. And I'm actually going to come to pretty much a complete stop here, and show a little bit more side, just in case that Iowa actually keeps coming to the to my right. So I'm trying to pick the most broadside target here, and of course none of them are really that broadside. So I end up shooting at the Montana. Friedrich has turtleback, so I'm not as likely to get a Citadel on that guy. However, I still can't get a Citadel on the Montana anyway, so at the end of the day, it didn't matter all that much. So, just going to sit here. Again, 4,000 damage here, 4,000 damage there. It's really not that big of a deal if I'm talking every 30 seconds from a different battleship. Of course, I still have my heal and whatnot. And that was a beautiful two Citadel shot on that Montana that was showing way too much side. And I finally take care of him. So now all I've got is a Friedrich and the Iowa. So at this point, I am beginning my reverse. Or actually, I was beginning my reverse. Just so I can get that Iowa in secondary range so I can start pelting him. Nice solid 11k on the Friedrich. He slowed down, so a lot of my shells did end up missing. Again, 5,000 damage. Not all that big of a deal. Making sure all my secondaries are doing their job. Come on, start shooting, boys. Got work to do. So, again, you can see down on my angle indicator, I'm angled to that Friedrich at about 45 degrees-ish. And I'm able to do 15k, and he is able to do 4k. And that is just the power of just how many guns this ship has. That is why this ship is so much better, and it actually outclasses, in my opinion, the Friedrich on so many levels, as it should. But it is sometimes quite ridiculous. Again, his salvo coming in here, 3,800 damage. Mine wasn't as fortunate. I aimed too low. I actually did aim for the belt armor rather than superstructure, so 5 of those shells bounced. Again, second turret gets knocked out, and so it wasn't that bad. Go unspotted. The island's going to be between me and that Amagi and that Baltimore for quite a while, so I decide to pop my heal and repair. I try and keep them loaded asymmetrically, meaning if I'm using my heal, I hold off on my repair, even if I've got 2 fires, or vice versa. If I just blew my repair, I of course try and hold off on my heal for as long as possible. Of course, some outstanding circumstances may require me to use them both at the same time, which I did there. So I'm gonna start turning in towards C. They're enemy destroyer, probably that Benson, is going towards A. And our team currently is just all over the place. We've got no structure or theory to our madness currently. Montana's at B, capping B. 2 cruisers are kind of supporting B as well as the Friedrich. And I've just been trying to hold them off as long as possible at C. Friedrich comes around the corner. I blast him. He misses all the torpedoes, but I do a nice 10k salvo. I can't miss from there. And I actually get the high caliber. So, yeah, it's been kind of a slow game thus far, but 215,000 damage is quite a lot thus far, especially for my third game, not even running the 420s or the 16.5 inch, whatever. And I just realized that this guy's gonna hit me. I guess it's partially my fault. I kind of turned into him, but I want to get to C as fast as possible. And he says something in the chat. I'm just gonna, I guess, ignore him or tell him that he hit me, which he kind of did. He just ran right into me. But in any case, the enemy team has all the caps. They now have the point lead. They have pretty much all map control. However, with only 1 battleship left, they have to be careful. I can very easily delete 1 cruiser. You saw that with Edinbro. I got a double citadel on him pretty easily. But of course, it's easier said than done. Shimakaze starts. I'm going to definitely shoot at him. Or not. Actually, I'm gonna wait, because I know he's gonna get popped by my hydro sooner or later. Of course, he smokes. Bad mistake. Hopefully, I can dodge these torpedoes. Probably gonna take 1, but that's okay. Again, holding my fire. I wanna wait and kill that Shima for sure. My hydro gets him spotted. Again, holding on to my repair just in case I need it. Again, I'm gonna dodge all these torpedoes pretty easily, so I repair there. And I also pop my heal. Kurfürst shells coming in. I think those are Kurfürst. Those all go over my ship, and I select the Baltimore for manual fire. He's got a fire on him already. The secondaries are doing their job. Get a Confederate. And somehow only managed to land 1 shell from 4 kilometers. Okay, dispersion. Okay. Friendly guy, Miggs. He is, of course, in APOC as well. He's telling me good job. I'm trying my best. Baltimore doesn't know it's going to hit him. 5 pens, 11,000 damage, no citadels. Follow-up shells. Get the kill. I'm up to 6 kills. And, of course, in the heat of the moment, I didn't even realize that I got a Kraken. 253k damage. 2 cruisers that were at B, or yeah, they were at B. They died, so it's just me and the Friedrich left against 1 destroyer, 2 cruisers, and 1 battleship. I know that I think the New Orleans is quite low, and the Rune is about 3/4 to half a health, so that should be kind of interesting. Gonna cap this out. Luckily, the gearing gave me some nice smoke, and I get a solo cap in a Kurfürst. How often does that happen? I have no clue. But Benson gets spotted. Too far for my secondaries. Trying to turn my gun, turning my ships as well. But unfortunately, that I cannot turn my ship fast enough. Kurfürst is aiming at me. I'm gonna try and go at a 30-degree angle, because most of the time battleships in this position will shoot up my bow. In this case, he shot over my bow again. My second turret gets knocked out. Luckily, I got my shells off. And again, part of the problem with the Kurfürst with fighting in such close quarters is that the firing angles are awful. It's I think on the likes of 40-ish degrees. Get a beautiful 17k hit there on him. My first turret's reloaded, 2,000 health, 1,800, 1,600. I get 1 penetration. He takes out my number 2 turret. So, again, bit unfortunate, but I get the kill. 7 kills thus far. but at this point, don't think we're going to be able to pull it off. With a destroyer left that he can just run for days and days, and we will never, ever catch him. Spotted by planes, nothing I can do about it. Gonna try and cap. I'm out of heals. Still have some Hydra left, but at this point, I'm pretty low on health, 17k health. Not a lot, not enough to fight a 2 cruisers and a destroyer. Secondaries are still up though, so it is still pretty close, but they're still gaining points. At this point, I tell a Friedrich to go to A. Really, our only option is to stop that point lead from going to 100, but by the time he gets there, it probably won't be enough. I saw that the Rune and Benson were headed back towards C, or at least they were headed that way when they were spotted. That was some bit ago. But I'm going to go and try and cut them off. Friedrich does have a little bit more health than me, so he's going to take, I guess, the more ballsy approach and just go straight to A, where possibly the New Orleans is, and also the Rune might have cut back that way as well. But I pop my Hydro. Benson gets spotted. Benson is going back to A. 964 points. We get the cap. I get an assisted cap. Shoot my guns. Hopefully I aimed correctly, and I didn't. He actually turned a little bit too much, and I undershot him, not expecting him to actually complete his turn, and that looks like it's going to finish off the game. Of course, can't carry my team hard enough. Bit unfortunate in that respect, and they're slowly going to drain my this game on and get all the points and beat us by points. Pretty close game. Of course, if we could have finished that New Orleans off, and maybe even that Benson, this game could have been much, much different. And so, also, I point one thing out. I have 7 of the team's 9 kills. So, again, this goes to show how good this team was. Guys, so looking at the screenshots, fortunately, we lost, but of course, I can't carry my team by myself. I am going to need to start taking a lot of pain medication for my back, as the kids say these days. 618,000 credits, 3k XP, 284,000 damage. That's just insane. But when, again, excuse me, it is a Kurfürst. These are the numbers that you kind of expect. 123 shell hits, 7 kills, 3 fires, 5 citadel, 6 base defense, 1 solo cap, and 1 assisted base capture. That is absurd when you think about the Kurfürst having almost 16 kilometer detectability by sea, and 166 secondary hits: Confederate, close quarter, first blood, dreadnought, kraken, and high caliber. Of course, I can't carry my team hard enough. Whoops, wrong button there. Again, 7 kills. 7 kills. The guy in the Friedrich, he got 2 as well, but Jesus Christ, team, come on. I can't do anything more. This is just bad. This was a horrible team. Really didn't do all that much. They did kept us in the they did keep us in the game for a while, but it would be nice if they could have at least tried to finish off some of the ships. To put this in perspective, their top player got 2008 base XP, and I was a little under 100 short of him. So again, just goes to show how much my team did. Damage distribution: 240k from AP, 27 from secondary battery, and then a mere 16,000 from fires. Not all that much, but holy cow, look at that. Look at that potential damage, 3.7 million. That is probably, and it probably is, my highest ever potential damage. That is absolutely insane. You can see there how much damage I received. 160k that I received. A lot of my guns did get knocked out, but it comes with the job. But man, 160k. I still have 17k left, so that's a lot of HP left. Credits and XP, 300 grand. Not a bad game, especially with T10 being so costly. And managed 13,000 commander XP. Hope you guys enjoyed this replay. As always, if you're not subscribed, come on, subscribe. It's about time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this replay, as I just mentioned. And yeah, if you haven't checked out my other YouTube channel, BIA World of Warships, go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one, and talk to you guys later.